Gary, first of all, preparing for Queen's Park on Tuesday. How are you feeling ahead of the game?
Yeah, looking forward to it. As it stands, the league campaign for the under-19s has been very good. 100% record, so you can't really complain, and there's been tough ties in that as well. Last fixture going to be Montrose, managing to get a win up there, especially when we fell behind. Was a real plus and a good one for the group. But now looking ahead to Queen's Park, it's another team that's been doing well. Undefeated as well in the league. They've had a draw right enough, but with that extra game and they sit 1 point ahead of us, so it's things of obviously it's early days in the season, but things are tight between ourselves and Queen's Park, and it makes the game a wee bit more exciting.
Does it feel like this is a possible turning point in the season for the team?
No, I wouldn't say turning point, because like I say, it's only our 8th fixture, so we still know that it's relatively early in the season. We're working our way through all the kind of other teams, I suppose. So this one's just another game for the lads. We know it's going to be a difficult challenge because there's a team that's doing well, and preparation's been good. Everything's been kind of to plan really, and they'll just take that into the game. And like I say, it's just another game, another challenge, but they know it's going to be a tough challenge in Queen's Park.
You mentioned the preparations there. With it being possibly a tougher challenge, are you preparing any differently, or is this just another game for you?
Nah, just another game. Yeah, it's important that as young players they understand that as well, that even when it's a team that that's doing well, or you're classing as potentially a stronger team or whatever, they still go about their own business in the correct way. So nothing changes, because the focus should be on ourselves as well, as making sure that we're organised and we're preparing the same as what we do for everybody, give everybody the biggest respect. But it's all to do with the standards that we want to set throughout the full season. Nothing changes no matter what the tie is. So preparation is the exact same. Obviously myself and the staff, Craig Reid and Craig Dargo, we look into opposition, or we think about ties that have maybe happened in the season so far, like the Glasgow Cup game for example, where there's stuff there that we can maybe take for Queen's Park as well. Squads are quite similar players maybe are involved in the tie, so there's bits of that can help us get into fixtures and maybe make us think about opposition and maybe what we're up against, and that obviously gets put to the players for our preparation as well. But like I say, the most important part is what we're going to bring to the game, and the way that we want to play and our style of play. It's important that the players stick to that and they work on that, which they have done.
Staying on the same sort of vein as that, with the team having a 100% record so far this season, is it important to make sure they stay grounded and not let that get to their heads at all?
Yeah, that's obviously a big part of their learning as well. But I mean, the message to me is it's not speaking about that it's a 100% record and it's 7 out of 7 games and stuff like that. It's more on what I'm seeing within the games and performances. So are the players continuing to take on information and play the way they want them to play? Are we seeing good things in a game equally when they're making mistakes? Are they trying to rectify that and recognise it? They're all the things that is important for the team and for these young players, that yes, we want them to be winners and win games of football, but it's getting them thinking about their development in football as well, so doing the right things and what's expected of them, take on information and then go and applying that in games. So yeah, I would say that's kind of main focus as well going into games.
One of the biggest learning experiences that we spoke about earlier in the season after the Falkirk game was the influence of the first team players coming in, and obviously now we've got Daniel Gray making his debut on Friday. Does the first team have a lot of impact on these young players at the moment?
Yeah, listen, I said it in previous interviews that it's excellent for the under-19s group. when first team players come down and our young players are in amongst these professionals that have got good standards and they play at a really high level. There's players playing in similar positions that they're getting close eyes on them, how they play, how they prepare, maybe things that these young players can see in the first team players that they say, make them think, that's something I need to work on, or I'm going to try that next training session or next game or whatever. These are all benefits to these young players when the first team players come down, and it's only going to help their development and make them better players, in my opinion. So the impact when it has happened has been really good. The first team players that have come down and been involved, it's credit to them that they've went about it in the correct way, which listen, that's going to happen at this club because the first team's got a great squad of professionals, like I say. So anybody that has been involved is set a good standard and went about it the right way, which is excellent for our young players. So that's a real benefit, and obviously from that, like you say, is Daniel Gray's went on to make his debut this week for the first team, which is excellent for the academy. All these things that we're speaking about with first team involvements and players coming down and mixing with our lads, it's all going to help our lads' development, and there's an example of how much it's helping, the fact that we're seeing more under-19s players getting involved with the first team, which is excellent.
Right, Guy, thank you for your time.
Okay, thanks.